Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into Meta Madness. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Washed Up. On the right, it is Disgusting. And if you don't know what Meta Madness is, let me get you all up to date. We are in the playoffs for Meta Madness. This is a double elimination bracket. We're starting out with best of three, so this is a best of three series right here. And we have 22 global bans. That means that there are a certain amount of heroes still available. We was it 68? Is that right? 270? Yeah. 68 heroes are still available. But the global bans. We have a ban onto Anduin, Blaze, Brightwing, Diablo, Garrosh, Genji, Hanzo, Hogger, Joanna, Li-Ming, Leoric, Lucio, Maev, Medivh, Muradin, Rhaegar, Sergeant Hammer, Sylvanas, Tracer, Valo, Yrel, and Zeratul. So, how do bans work in Meta Madness? Well, these bans that you're seeing right now, these are just for the map. Now, Junkrat, Chromie, they can be played in other maps, but of course, when you pick a hero, that is when it gets added to the global ban list, and of course, it gets added to the ban list. The global ban list is what stays through every single series, and when we start a new best of three, which, if I'm not mistaken, we have two best of threes and a best of five today, if I'm not mistaken. So every time we get into a new best of, that is when we go back to the base 22 global bans. But we're through the ban phase here on Haunted Mines, our first map, with a Chromie Jaina ban and a Junkrat Anubarak. Where are we going? Where are we going to start things out? I always think I'm tired of winter, but then spring comes and all the bugs come back with it. Yeah, I like winter. I just don't like feeling like I need to host so many people constantly. That's all. That's all. It's been a monumental season, and that's just been difficult. Diva to kick things off over on the side of Washed Up, and Disgusting will go into the Varian Stukov. So going to be looking for maybe sort of a charge taunt, lurking arm, blow up composition. Now, two mages were banned away as well, that Chromie and the Janus. Things like Kael'thas, Kael'Thuzad, Gul'dan, those are all up and available if I'm not mistaken. So those can be utilized if they want to look for a single target burst. Nice Lunara and Uther. You'll have the Abolish Magic. You'll have a Cleanse from Uther. So there's going to be a lot of good ways to deal with Stukov and Varian here. At least there's going to be some attempts to. Yeah, it's just been a really, really taxing winter mentally. So I'm ready for spring, but I'm also not ready for spring because that means that we have insane pine pollen and we're going to have gigantic mosquitoes because we have such a good winter season, so much water, so much standing water, perfect for mosquito breeding, which is great. So I'll take that trade, though. I'll take the trade. I get to go kayaking as the trade. Stitches to be banned away on the right-hand side, and I do think that the Stitches would work pretty good with the composition that was built. Hook into Uther Stun, Lunara Burst ability, Diva with a little bit of bopping and booping around with her Diva mech. And another ban over here. Do we look at a mage ban? Do we look for something that could go for that single target blow up with the Varian Charge Taunt Lurking Arm? Ooh, Tychus ban. A Tychus ban will be coming through. Obviously, we're going to see a Cho'Gall. Obviously, it's Cho'Gall. Obviously, chat, it's Cho'Gall. Obviously, it's Cho'Gall. One can only dream. Varian Stukov. I still think they're going to be leaning into the single target deletion with some sort of mage here. I'd like to see a Kael'thas or a Kael'Thuzad. And it's going to be a Raynor and a Rexxar. Okay, so we're going to flex maybe on the last pick. Maybe in that mage department, because I still feel like the burst ability is there. Sustained damage is good, but I still, as I keep mentioning, I want to see the burst for the side of Disgusting. What's up, Lava? Obviously, yes, obviously. Obviously, it's obviously. I haven't seen play on Haunted Mines in like 5 years. What's up, Autumn? How you doing today, bud? No, that's not a Cho'Gall. Hey, they got the Kael'Thuzad, though. I do like that. I love a good Kael'Thuzad. Mr. Bandit. What are we going to get here, though? What to round out the last of this draft? As I said, I do like the idea of a mage. A little extra wave clear wouldn't be bad either. Some sort of CC. I honestly, I keep saying it, but like Gravity Lapse, like Kael'Thas. I think Kael'Thas would be huge here. Yeah. I think Kael'thas works out really good because they needed the hard CC. The wave clear is good. The AoE spread from the chains, or excuse me, from the living bomb is really good. Overall, a really good draft from both sides. And let me go ahead and swap us into the casting screen. I will go ahead and start the prediction of which team wins Haunted Mines. Will it be washed up or will it be disgusting? Go ahead and get your gambles in. You've got 2 minutes. I mean, double freeze, I'm here for it. Hey, Ton, what's up? Hey, Lion. Right, Lion? Sorry, yeah, it's weird colors for me today. Nice draft. It is a really good draft, I think, from both sides. Oh, hold on, let me get the gamble button.
Hey, listen.
There you go. You can get your gambles in, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here. And I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Hope I can carry you through into the weekend. I hope I can carry you through to Friday. I will be doing this again tomorrow. I will be getting up early and doing this tomorrow. I do believe my family visiting will be, I do think they're going to the north side of the lake, so they'll be dipping out of the house before I even start stream. So that should work out pretty good. Also, tomorrow we're going to be checking out Dredge. I'm going to be checking out Dredge tomorrow. Could check it out today. We'll see. We'll see. Thanks for casting. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. 420 to 420 in the gambles. I love it.
Smoke weed every day.
All right, into Haunted Mines we do go as we get the last load in. There we are on the left-hand side of our map. We're going to be looking at the members of Washed Up. There's your level 1s if it does matter for your gamble. Copen on the Diva, Bad Benny to be playing the Arthas. We've got Yasu on the Uther, Hans to play the Kel'Thuzad, and Hazuabs on the Lunara. To the right-hand side of the map, we do have the members of Disgusting in this best of 3, if I'm not mistaken. We've got Rai on the Rexar, Misha to play Misha, of course. Itrax on the Raynor, Aaron on the Varian. We got Alvarez on this Kael'thas, and Lavacol on the Stukov. Into bottom lane we go, as that should be where our main matchup happens. All right, a little bit of gambles here. Chat's waking up with me this morning. Good to see you all. I did figure out how to use the epoch time probably. Figured out how to do that this morning, so that was nice for anyone in Discord who was looking for what time we started. I'll probably use that epoch time for the majority of the weekend while my family's visiting or while my aunt and uncle are here, so that way you all can know, because it's easy because it auto changes to your time zone. So be sure to join the Discord as a double CC, triple... Oh, I was going to say, I thought Itrax was going to get hit by the Frost Nova of Kel'Thuzad, but it does not connect, and Kel'Thuzad 2 stacks right now. Frost Presence, by the way, for this Arthas at level 1. He's going to be looking to stack up those Howling Blasts. Few little rewards along the way for that one, but we can check those out later. Checking into the top lane really quickly. Misha and Rexar are going to be clearing out the wave as we jump back into bottom lane. A stun does connect. There's just nice chain CC. And also, got to keep in mind the setup here. Yasu gets a stun or Bad Benny gets a Howling Blast connection. That's just the green light for Hans on the Kel'Thuzad to go ahead and start throwing out chains and Frost Novas. Frost Novas? Yes. I love Epoch time for esport. Epoch. I don't know what the correct pronunciation is. Watch it be just like centrifugal, and I just don't know how to read the word in English. Or epitome. Ah, yes, the epitome. Clear onto the camp for the top lane. Give me 1 second, I gotta sneeze. All right, I got it in time. I got the button. What's up, Kiss? Good morning. Since Baha's my go-to for HOTS-related questions, is there a reason to pick up the Flameflower ultimate thingy as Diablo? It's my third picking it. Oh, you mean, come on, brain, you can do it. It's not that early. I keep thinking of the upgrade at level 20, the Hellstorm. Lightning Breath, Lightning Breath, Lightning Breath. Itrax should die here, top lane. Anyways, why take Lightning Breath? It's a very, very good heroic for basically amplifying sustained damage and burst ability compositions, because Lightning Breath does have a slow on it. It does have a little bit of damage. It's also a good zoning tool. So maps like Infernal Shrines, Volskaya Foundry, Towers of Doom. These maps where it's, hey, come fight as a full 5-stack. Even on a Battlefield of Eternity. These are all maps where Lightning Breath is a very good utility to be able to, 1, zone back the enemy, 2, slow them down, provide great sustained damage, but also amplify your sustained chase. So it's a lot of setup. If you don't, and the other thing too is, if you don't think you can get value out of the Apocalypse, let's say the enemy team's got a lot of mobility, let's say they've got a Brightwing, let's say there's a Brightwing on the enemy team. Soothing Mist can be used, you know, to cleanse out the Apocalypse, same thing with the slow on the Lightning Breath, but here's the thing, you still have that damage going out. So there's a lot of factors to consider, whether you want the slow, the damage, are you looking for a hard CC sort of big burst? I think that's really the big thing to look at, is how you want to play it. If your team, looks like we're going to get a DC here, probably going to get a pause in a second. Varian has left the game, but it doesn't look like we have a full actual DC or whatever, so that's whatever. And of course, I'm going to get a call from the health insurance place right when I am casting. So I'm going to mute myself, and I will move the camera around. BRB. All right, my apologies. Sorry, health insurance in the United States is a fucking nightmare, and it continues to be so as we do continue into Haunted Mines. Sorry for the slight little mute right there. I do apologize once again. Either way, sorry, I thought I saw something on the minimap right there, but it was actually just something behind the map itself. 10 talents here on the horizon for both our teams. Let's cycle through these numbers, get an idea of what they look like as we have more camps to be grabbed. The Golem phase has ended. We get a fort for fort trade. Not too bad. Also, in more DPS off-tank focusing Diablo, having a bit more burst damage can also be handy to secure kills. Yeah. In the meta that we do exist in, which is, you know, kill the tank, even though there are people out there who will be like, never hit the tank! If people are yelling that at you, they're wrong. They don't understand what they're talking about. We lived in, and we still live in, a kill the tank meta. I mean, look at this right now. They're attacking Aaron. I mean, obviously you attack the tank, but that's the thing too, is if everyone dives onto Diablo and everyone's around him, but there's mobility to get away from Apocalypse, or Apocalypse won't get any sort of CC value for a kill, hell, time to go ahead and get the Hellgate going. Or the Lightning Breath, sorry. Hellgate is the level 20 upgrade for Diablo. God, I'm all over the place today, I apologize. Rainer taking a bit of damage. Itrex will be able to get the healing pathogen from Lava Call, and it does not look like the members of Washed Up will find any sort of extra kills. Just letting you hear the sounds of the games. Exactly, Gato. How was your stream this morning, bud? Oh, man. This poor Rexar in top lane. Kel'Thuzad's done with his stacking. He's got the Glacial Spike, as you just saw, but he's also got that 75% spell power increase as well from the 30 Blight. And we did see the Frost Blast at level 10 for this Kel'Thuzad as well. The Army of the Dead, no fun with Sindragosa, as another Sapper Camp will be grabbed. The true objective of this map is 1 second, and here are our Risen Miners. I think realistically the only ults that have no place in this game are Phoenixes. Oh, we get a pause. Alright, when we get pauses, we do pull ourselves out of game, so that way we don't show the map in case anyone's trying to be a little cheaty. I'm assuming that these players won't cheat, but you know, we do it for competitive purposes. That's scary. Early Kel'Thuzad quest complete. Yeah, we're 8 minutes in, and Kel'Thuzad has 30 stacks of Blight already. I do want to mention as well, the Howling Blast, the Frost Presence for Arthas, is at 18 out of 20 stacks. And I had mentioned that there's multiple rewards for this. So after hitting 5, you reduce the cooldown by 2. What do we reduce the cooldown from and to? Let's go ahead and check that really quickly. You reduce it from 10 to 8 seconds. Let's go ahead and... And after rooting 10 heroes, you increase the range by 20%. And then after rooting 20 heroes, Howling Blast roots along the path. So these are really, really good. You mispronounced Rain Destruction. Rain Destruction actually has really good value. And there's Gilly Sharks at Bingo Night in chat that'll agree with me. And the thing with also Kel'Thuzad's getting stacked so early is you have to keep in mind that you had Uther Stun and Howling Blast from Arthas. These synergize so well together, because if Uther lands his stun, the Howling Blast is expected, and then Kel'Thuzad can throw a Frost Nova underneath, land a chain. So the chains early on are very expected with the way that Washed Up draft here. Now on the opposing side, we're looking at Kael'thas with 18 stacks on his Regeneration Globes for the Mana Addict at level 1. And he'll be able to get the activation for that in 2 Regeneration Globes as we're back into the game. 16 out of the 25 stacks for the Hunter-Gatherer for the Rexar and Misha. And Varian did go into charge at level 10, so he's got the Warbringer, which takes his charge down to a 4-second cooldown. We'll be seeing a lot more aggression from this Varian with that. At least that's the expectation. On that, you're gonna go cooking, you're leaving stream, and you're lurking. Well, thank you for the lurk, but I appreciate the support. IDK, what I'm agreeing with, but yeah. Reign of Destruction is a very good heroic. It's great for Siege. It's a good Siege heroic. Honest to God. If I were to be playing in an ARAM and I had Gul'dan, like if it was all Gul'dans, if it was oops all Gul'dan, I would go Reign of Destruction. I would encourage my team to go all Reign of Destruction. Because basically, you pop that bad boy on a fort, and you're going to get a good, what, 20% or so? Divine Shield thrown onto the Arthas right now as the Hyperion is going to be shot through. Stukov's flailing swipes are not enough to save him as the Diva Mecha's explosion is dunked into the enemy team. Itrax takes a bit of damage, but the Howling Blast will connect onto this Arthas, excuse me, onto the Varian, and he will go down. We have 50, 60... 74? 72? 72 to 28 as the Golem in bottom lane will be favoring the side of Washed Up. Rain of Destruction might be good, except it's up against one of the best ults in the game. But Ancestral Healing is not on Gul'dan. What are you talking about? It's actually Bloodlust. I am curious what the best ult in Heroes of the Storm would be, realistically. Like, not considering 20, just the level 10. The level 10. No upgrades, not considering Wombos, just on its own. Kind of feel like it's Ancestral a little bit. I feel like it's almost like a healer or a support heroic would be number 1. Like, Ancestral Healing, Divine Shield... I mean, heck, Blink Heals from Brightwing are insane. Lucio High 5 is an insanely strong heroic as well. It can be a playmaker. Itrax is trying to make their way out as the Stukov does keep the healing alive and keeping the allies alive. Diva will lose her mech. The pilot form has the good to go. Varian charges in. That's a Divine Shield forced out from the Uther, as the Golem in the bottom lane will confirm the fort. Top lane does have Siege Giants wailing their way, or at least, excuse me, sieging their way through the top. Lunara, Hazuab's able to snipe that kill. Change from the Kel'Thuzad. Does he have a Shadow Fissure? Does he have... No, he doesn't. He has the Frost Nova at level 20. Excuse me, the Frost Blast at level 10. Anduin Bubble's pretty... Yeah, Holy Word Salvation can be an absolute game changer. Absolutely. Medevac, I agree with you, Stark. I really do think that some of the best heroics in Heroes of the Storm do lie within our healers. I mean, even then, like, Bloodlust is great. Emerald Winds is amazing. Divine Storm, like, if you're not even looking at, like healing type ones, like, Divine Storm's awesome. Medevac is amazing. Back to Medevac again. I think, honest to God, Varian just got hit with a whole goddamn house right there. Jeez Louise, that was just everything almost on top of Varian's head. By itself, Gazla Bomb. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, Gravel Bomb can be an absolute playmaker for a team. And even on its own, it's still a single target deletion, yeah. Like, you throw a Gravo plus your Explodium charge, you got some turrets around. Like, looking at it without Wombo, as I was mentioning, like, it's a Wombo of its own. But yeah, I don't know, Gravel Bomb's really good too. Good control from it. Or is unleashed by the Rexar to chase down a few enemies. It does have the slow, but not enough to close the gap, as another another skeleton phase is up and available. Healers are the best ultimate. It makes no sense, ain't they? The team carriers. Yes, exactly. All I know is I should realistically, if I ever get forced into Dota, I should just learn how to support, because apparently the support is like the one who initiates fights and dies first, so I should do that. I'm good at doing both of those things. Dying first. Raynor splits off to the left-hand side on the low end of the wall. Varian gonna look for a charge taunt, but the rest of the team was working on some of those Risen Miners. We have a bit of a flank here from the Rexar. Divine Shield onto the Kel'Thuzad. As we zoom out further, since we have so much happening here, Hyperion from Raynor might force Copen to use the Mecha Explosion. Gets the dunk into the enemy team. Varian does split out, trying to chase onto D.Va with the taunt. Copen does not get the... Oh my god, Raynor with the interrupt. Itrax is able to get the penetrating round, stopping D.Va from getting her mech back, but either way, Raynor does fall. Bad Benny looking for the interrupt as people are trying to get out of this tunnel, and Kel'Thuzad gets a big old blow up onto the Stukov. That is going to be a lot of these Risen Miner skulls over to the side of Washed Up. I'm sorry, but Raynor has the best ult. Who else can summon a battleship over people's heads? Artanis. Artanis can. And that's not even a joke. Artanis can. Because Purifier Beam and Suppression Pulse come from the Spear of Adun, which is basically a giant Protoss ship. So, Artanis! Got him! 72 of the skulls to the side of Washed Up as Kel'Thuzad, Hans, and Yasu start working on the Mine Grave Golem, and it looks like Arthas will just scout out for the ally team, making sure that nobody's going to be jumping in here to steal away those last little bit of skulls. And hey, Rexar is seen. We do have the eye track showing just above as well. That's a... Okay, they're going to split away from the Frost Nova. The micro missiles come in. Arthas calls for retreat. Bad Benny trying to tell their team to back away, but Aaron is going to be... No, actually, no. They're fine. Kel'Thuzad almost gets the snipe with the Frost Nova right there. But Artanis isn't a human. Now I'm trying to think, like, what else do we have StarCraft-wise? But either way, yeah. I absolutely got him. All right, there we go. So more sappers for the bottom lane. The Golem in top will be favoring the side of Washed Up with 78. 78 skulls empowering it. I can actually take a look at what these Grave Golems are going to be, what they're going to be doing damage-wise in a second. Excuse me. Give. I want to see. Oh, are we fighting? No. There we go. Click. Alrighty. 7. Oh, goodbye, Rainer. I don't think you live off of this one. Chains from Kel'Thuzad, Flailing Swipes from the Stukov. That's going to be Lunar with the last little bit of damage. God, I gotta be honest. We should just name the members of Washed Up. We should just name their composition circles, because that's all they're putting, is just they're putting circles on the ground and following up with other circles on the ground. Grave Golem in the top lane is going to get some decent damage. I want to take a peek at the bottom lane. Look how small it is. It's going to be dealing nearly half the damage as Kel'Thuzad deals a whole bar of health to Stukov. Whole bar of health to Stukov. Sure, there we go. Bad Benny not able to back away. Bad Benny taking too many tower shots right there as the Misha Bear should go down. The Grave Golem in top lane will take down the keep, and I do think this might be the green light for the members of Washed Up to go core, but of course, Rainer's back. Combo from Kel'Thuzad, Frost Blast as well. Oh my god. Goodbye, Varian. This, Kel'Thuzad does have the Ignite, and the core shielding is going down. Kel'Thuzad is getting very low here. Alright, we got some damage on the core. Siege Giants in bottom lane are being worked on by catapults and such, and it looks like this game is going to keep on going, chat. All those squares make a circle. Squares? Huh? It's just all circles. All circles. Alrighty, so 20 talent tier to the side of Washed Up in this best of 3 game, starting out on Haunted Mines. We'll see a lot of clear into top lane really quickly, but it's 15-5 in our kills as that 20 talent tier comes through. D.Va going to be going into the Albedav armor, the 75% of 45. Oh my god. 45% of spell damage dealt to D.Va mech is returned as healing over 4 seconds. God, I don't know why I read 75 so many times. We have the Forest Wrath for the Lunara. Kel'Thuzad going to be going into the Damned Return. Activate to create a shade of Naxxramas. That lasts 15 seconds and mimics Kel'Thuzad's casts of Death and Decay. Uther going for his Redemption, and the Arthas with the Anti-Magic Shell. This is a flank fight right now as the Frost... Oh my god, that's... The Varian down to, like... He was down to 50% before the Frost Blast even hit him right there. Wars were unleashed by the Rexar. Bad Benny just chunking into the enemy team's face. The Hyperion comes through. Yasuo, does he have a Divine Shield? No, it was already utilized, but Yasuo's fine. If Yasuo dies, they've got the Redemption to come back in. Hans and friends are going to clean up the Misha Rexar. Itrax is the lone defender, and that is Arthas with a big ol' smack to the face. Uther steals away the kill. Kael'thas, the last remaining player on the team, is going to AFK in core to save their KDA, and that is going to be map number 1 in our first best 3 over to the side of Washed Up. GG, well played. How does Probius call down stuff? It's a warpin, right? He doesn't really call it down, correct? Probius creates a warp. Was it always a circle? It's always been a circle. Yes, exactly, Kiss. Classic Kael'thas. Wow. Which team wins Haunted Mines? Washed Up did win. Welcome back into Meta Madness, map number 2 in our first best of 3 of the day in the playoff bracket. On the left-hand side, we have Washed Up. On the right is Disgusting, and riding into Tomb of the Spider Queen. We have got a solid 32 heroes of the 90 that are banned away, and then we're going to be also seeing 6 more bans on top of that. 4 at the start, of course. Kerrigan banned away immediately. Oh boy, are we going to an early Cho'Gall? What's going to happen? The best of 5 later on today is definitely going to be where we get into my expectation in game number 3. Hopefully 4 and 5 we'll be getting to some really good action when it comes to the drafts. Silliness, if you will. Alright, more Chromie banned. She'll probably be perma-banned, I feel. I have a gut feeling. 33 now? Well, yeah, well, there's 22 baseline, and then there was 10 from the last game. But these ones don't count as, like, banned away permanently in the series. The only heroes that are banned away are the 22 that are globally banned and the 10 that are previously played. Someone might even play Butcher. You know, this is the map to do it, Blast. This is the map to do it. If someone was going to Butcher, this would be the place to do it. Double Soak is pretty active. Nazebo is probably a No! I went to go raise my chair ever so slightly, and of course that's when someone bans out a Cho'Gall. This is unfortunate. Though, if they're banning out Cho'Gall, does that mean they're going to lean into Butcher? Because when Cho'Gall dies to Butcher, Butcher actually drops 2 stacks of meat for Butcher. So I wonder if maybe that's a virtue signal. Welcome back, Ninja. 22 heroes are globally banned. This is how Meta Madness works. I explained it at the start. I'll explain it again at the next best of 3. So if you missed the explanation, I can explain it later on. Do not worry. Washed Up officially becoming the villains of the series. No, I think they've got an idea. I think they're gonna go Butcher here. I think they're gonna go Butcher. I really do. Because there is that value that if you do kill a Cho'Gall's Butcher, you get double meat. Stitch's Junkrat Deckard. Oh, single target deletion. This is gonna be scary. This is gonna be scary to deal with. They have a Junkrat Stitches Deckard. I guess you could ban out something. They're lacking wave clear, kinda. So I guess you could ban out a mage if you wanted to get rid of like Gul'dan or something. Malthael, eh? Hazu is like 80 years old. His brain is too wrinkly to remember all these off-meta heroes. What? Mephisto Alexstrasza synergy will be denied right there. No Mephisto Alexstrasza shenanigans. Probius is not on the list. That means, why would you riot? Wouldn't you want Probius to be off the list? That means that Probius has a higher chance of being played. Deathwing and what? I honestly, at this point, I just, it's just trying to figure out what these players are going to lean into. Dahaka, Mephisto, Deathwing, Tyrande. Okay. I still think they could Butcher here. All right, I'm honestly just waiting. I don't know what they're going to lean into. I have no idea.
Glory to the Horde.
Oh, that's mean. That's really mean. That's a really good composition, too. I actually can't believe that Greymane isn't just permabanned in all of this. I'm really surprised by that. Come on, Butcher! What in God's name is this composition from Washed Up? It's all Butcher. It's all Butcher. They're not going to do it, though. They're not going to do it. Not too bad. Meetings today turned easy. End of the week and probably needs... Ooh, you need some work on Saturday? Ew. That's not Butcher! That's not Butcher. I don't like it. I hate it. It makes me upset. I want to cry. No, actually, that's actually kind of... This is kind of a fun draft from the side of Washed Up. I do think that Disgusting can take us into a map number 3, though. I do think that Disgusting's got a better draft overall. Let's go ahead and start a prediction. Which team wins Tomb? 2 minutes, get your gambles in. You know the deal.
Listen.
Main tank Deathwing OP. Suddenly Tychus might be banned, though. Tychus is not banned. Tychus is not banned. Thrall Greymane deal with Deathwing extremely well. Thrall's level 1 deals with Deathwing extremely well, and that also leaves things available like Tychus if they go into a map number 3. So, not trying to pigeonhole themselves too much into the reactionary of, oh, we see Deathwing, let's go get Tychus, or big percent-based damage. Granted, Malthea was banned away as well. But Greymane, Curse Bullet, Thrall level 1, Rolling Thunder is going to be really strong. Hook, single target deletion from the Stitches will be very, very powerful as well. But either way, you got a few more moments to get your gambles in, ladies and gentlemen, as we have loaded on into map number 2 in our first best of 3 of the day. On the left-hand side, you can see the level 1 talents and the members of Washed Up, as we have Hazuabs and the Mephisto, Bad Benny on the Deathwing, Copen to be playing the Dahaka, Hans on the Alarak, and Yasu to play the Tyrande. To the right-hand side, Disgusting, we have got Alvarez on the Deckard, Itrax on the Greymane, Aaron on the Stitches. We'll see Lavacol on the Junkrat, and Rai playing the Tychus. Or excuse me, not the Tychus, sorry, the, oh god, the Thrall. It seems like Baja knows all 22 pre-banned. I'm genuinely impressed and not surprised. I have a spreadsheet on the right side of my monitor.
Let's the battle begin.
Now this is pod racing.
There we go.
Alright, Sentinels going out left and right, Rolling Thunder for the Thrall, as I had mentioned. This is going to be a great way to deal with the Deathwing early on, and in the solo lane is my expectation. Drag from the Dahaka does connect onto this Stitches as Rai gets a fantastic Frostwolf, but it does not land any sort of setup for a kill. Dahaka does rotate down into this bottom lane, and still, as I was mentioning, Rolling Thunder is strong against the Deathwing, also Dahaka. As Itrax will go down. First blood as... God dang. First blood achieved by Hazuabs. And in bottom lane, Thrall goes down as well. Alarak making a quick rotation. That's 6% on Alarak. He's got 3% for the Greymane, 3% for the Thrall kill. Owl miss, GG. Yep. You think Disgusting wins? GG Washed Up loses? Wow, bold statements from chat. Bold statements from chat as we take a look and see that we have had 2 kills for Washed Up and a little bit of structural damage. Obviously, it's all over now. Is that a fat or fast Dahaka? Fat. That is tissue regeneration at level 1. Every 50 essence collected permanently increases the health regeneration by 4 up to 40, maximum essence by 1 up to 10. And also regeneration globes grant essence. Copen does pop the essence right now. Yasu gonna get locked into place by a scroll of sealing of Deckard Cain, who did go into the Sapphire level 1. Alarak becoming sadder by the moment. Okay. Speaking of Alarak, he did go into Show of Force at level 4. That allows him to have a max sadism of 150%, 30% from the kills, 20% from Show of Force, as the hook will be a little shy, I believe, to Mephisto in the mid, or in the, yeah, into the mid rotation. The Owl missed, that's why Washed Up loses. I'm glad you all take part in the meme. Glad you all enjoy that meme, as Hans is continuing to keep these autos going. I wonder what we'll get at level, what is it, level 13 for Alarak is where he has the, yeah, it's level 13. Pure Malice, or Rite of Rakshir, Blades of the High Lord. Fun talents, really fun talents. What is it? Is it 16? I always forget, actually. Am I blanking? Is it 16? I think it's 13. Anyways, Tyrande lands the Lunar Flare. Stitch is getting a little bit low here. Does have that Patchwork creation from level 1 for some extra passive regeneration. And Alarak's still sitting at 108 on sadism. No reduction from any talents just yet. We could see at level, I believe it's level 7, you can get the Applied Force, I think is what reduces the sadism by 10. But you get extra range on top of it, which is more setup potential, and I see a lot of Alaraks make that trade for sadism. I mean, as long as you land 5 Show of Forces, then you've pretty much mitigated that. But of course, you're also mitigating 10% of Show of Force value. Anyway, 7 talent tier on the horizon for both these teams. Han's going to get a bit of a turn in here. Not actually will be delayed up by the Junkrat. Didn't connect the damage, but just going to be repositioning to get away from said little bit of poke. Mid-rotation. Nice stomp, a show of, a telekinesis onto Itrax. Lunar Flare from the Tyrande will connect onto this Stitches as the drag is going to hit max range. I did see also the Lurker Strain value get a little bit of a bop and a slow hook onto Mephisto. Hazuab's going to try and avoid the triangle on the ground as the Skull Missile does connect. God, man. I need more tea. I need to wake up. Copen with a solid 26 gems in the pocket of this Dahaka. I guess where would he keep it? I guess Dahaka maybe is like a kangaroo. He's got like a pouch where he keeps his gems. I like that visual. Oh, my apologies. The Junkrat in top. Ooh, does Deckard get the gems in time? Yes, he does get a vast majority of those gems in time. Alarak does not zone them away. And we have 5 gems from a turn-in. Copen was looking for it right there as the Stitches lands the hook. Does Haka burrow? No, he takes the root. He's fine. He'll eat the root. It's no big deal. Yasuo looking for Lunar Flare in this top lane and not going to be able to land anything. Hindered momentum at level 7, by the way, for the Alarak. So it's going to be slow. So it does not have any sadism reduction from that one. But this clutch is full, and the 10 talent tiers are on the horizon. That's going to be a lot of great damage into the Grey main. Alarak avoiding the CC, getting some heals from Yasuo as well as we take a look at some of those other numbers at the bottom of our screen. Taking a look at the bottom of the map, we do have Copen up against this Thrall. Thrall poking out here and there as I'm just watching the mini-map to see if we have any hard engagements. Dahaka eats it and then spits it back up like a pelican. Ugh. Why don't we make it grosser and say he's like a cow and just like regurgitates it? Cataclysm from the mid lane up into top from Bad Benny as the Earth Shatter does come through. The Web Weaver with the Necrotic Wave will get some great siege in here. Itrax poking out with the Gilnean Cocktails. 10 talent tier is here. We already saw the Deathwing use Cataclysm, but that's not the 10 that was picked. The 10 that was picked is going to be the Belling Roar. I do want to point out we have a Alarak looking at Deadly Charge level 10, and he did use that to initiate onto Junkrat. Durance of Fate from Mephisto will be thrown out. Hazuab's getting a good chunk of damage onto the Decker Kane, who's going to have to self-heal with some potions. Going to hide behind the fort a little bit here as the Web Weaver phase has expired. Greybane displaced from their team, trying to back away, able to roll away, but here comes Copen. Is the drag in place? Yes, it is. That's another set of sadism for our Alarak player. Let's take a look at Alarak sadism while the members of Washed Up have another turn-in available. Takedown sadism is halfway, 15 out of 30%. Show of Force can still get another 6%, so that's 3 combos. So, oh, come on, Chris, you could do the math. Another 5 kills, another 3 combos, and Alarak will have the max available sadism. But of course, 13 is going to be popping around the corner fairly soon, so we'll see what's going to be upgraded with that, and we'll also see what this back-to-back Web Weaver phase will be achieving to the side of Washed Up as they do get their second Web Weaver phase in the game. Deathwing going to get some quick clear into the top. Greymane, he's got Curse Bullet down for the next 20 seconds. Bad Benny doesn't seem too worried about any of this. Though Thrall should be worrying in bottom lane as Hans has made the rotation. Earthquake to buy a bit of a window. That's going to be a Lunar Flare, a drag. Hans avoids the tower shots. Deadly Strike to get in. And I don't think the Decker Kane wants to step up for these gems. Will he? Junkrat might. I don't actually think Junkrat got any right there because I think that was a 5 bundle underneath him and only 3 gems on this Junkrat as Alarak has cornered the old man. Durance of Fate is going to be doubled back. I can't believe the sidestep. 33 gems ripped right from the Junkrat. Alvarez so very low. Throws down a triangle on the ground. The scroll is sealing to save the moment. Can anyone step in? There's a Gorge onto Dahaka. You see the sidewall pings. Dahaka, does he have a burrow? Can he burrow into the ground? Throws the isolation, misses the drag, will go down. Yasuo doesn't double back in for the gems. And the Web Weavers are still, or the Web Weaver is about to expire in bottom lane. taking down a fort, and this will be Deathwing and the rest rotating into mid, but I don't think they can make quick work of this fort in mid lane. We will have the Blades of the High Lord. Basic attacks against enemy heroes increase the sadism up to 40%. So right now, Alarak, his max available sadism that can be attained is 190%. There's an old clip of an Alarak player from the HCC Open Division days where they lost like 170 something sadism, and it had like thousands of views. I guess it popped up on Reddit a bunch or whatever, but chewing the cud. Ugh. We got a quest from Greymane. You didn't notice that? Yep, it is going to be the Wizened Duelist at level 7 with 7 stacks actually. Top lane, Alarak and friends are going to chase down this Junkrat. 148 sadism for the Alarak as Bad Benny takes a curse bolt to the face. That's going to be a Harsh Moon Sentinel into the stitches. That's why you saw that motto reduced in size. Deathwing does go down. A few gems not to be picked up by the members of Washed Up. Endurance of Hate not connecting. Decker Kane actually dragged as the Stay While and Listen comes through. There's a deadly charge from the Alarak. Talk about things coming through. Alarak is going to be coming through the enemy team's face with the damage available. And once again, I know we're talking a lot about it, but hey, it's Alarak. We don't see them a ton. Let's see where the sadism is. So takedowns maxed. Show of Force 1 stack away. Blades the High Lord is most of the rest of the sadism available to stack. God dang, this Alarak is playing out of their mind. What's the damage on Alarak? 24,000, just a little bit more than Hazuab's, as Han is going to be gorged. There's Deathwing dropping down. Lunar Flare from Tyrande. Bad Benny going to eat some damage. I think Bad Benny might be just tanking some of this on purpose, so that way, well, maybe not that much, but I think, you know, at least the Cursed Bullet, I think, was intended to be taken to keep Alarak from getting chunked and losing the sadism. But Deadly Charge, I heard it charging up. Han's chilling in the bush. No Deathwing available for 20. Lunar Flare, Yasuo and Hans, they got to get out of here. Now, the one thing I was curious about, did he pick up that last stack of Show of Force? Yeah, they did. Okay, so everything else is from Blades of the High Lord right now. The Red Web Weavers will descend to the side of Disgusting. Can they start a little bit of a rollback with this? I was reading Twitch chat for 2 seconds, and then I just hear Thrall die. Like, it was on the screen. I was looking at Twitch chat for a second, and I was like, oh, okay, Thrall's dead. Wonderful. Dahaka will have the elongated tongue, which is going to be a great way to just pull more members in. It's what, 20% increase? Yeah, it's a range by 20%. Alarak is going to be able to whittle down the top lane easily. Dahaka makes quick work of the bottom. And this first Webweaver phase not getting a ton over to the side of Disgusting. How many gems do they have? Not enough for another turn in. The hook is wide. Hans with a bit of a wiggle there. Deathwing dropping down into the top lane. Curse Bullet from onto Benny from iTrax. Endurance of Hate from Hazuab's not connecting. No Hysteria level 13, so no cooldown on the Heroic. Does have that Shard of Hate. Dahaka may be looking for a flank into the enemy team here. Isn't seen on the map, I don't think. Yeah, the sidewalls are down, so Dahaka not showing. Thrall going to make their way into the corridor over here as Dahaka and Alarak will grab the camp for bottom lane. We will have Mephisto and Yasuo finish out the Bruiser camp on the left-hand side. Deathwing maybe setting up for a boss on top. 16 would get you to 60, right? So they only need 2 gems, if I'm not mistaken, on the side of Washed Up, and they do pick those up, so enough is picked up by Bad Benny, who starts working their way towards boss to feign that they're up there. iTrax checks it, no one there, and Greymane backs away, shows back in wave. Bottom lane, Siege Giants are working their way through the bottom lane. Han's going to help clear out mid, so the Bruiser camp can do the same as bottom, and maybe we get a fight in this mid lane right here, right now. Deathwing just appearing to lose a quarter of their health every time. Well, actually, it's 35%. So it's actually more than a quarter? Turn it will be happening. Hazuabs, I think, got the last few gems right there, and Bad Benny will take flight into the sky. Greymane, Stitches, Deckard, Junkrat, they're all moving to bottom lane. A Sentinel from Tyrande scouts out a few. I don't think Junkrat wanted to end up on this side of the engagement. We'll be able to get away with the Ripper Air. 11-3 in our kills, 18-17 in the levels, and another Web Weaver phase coming through to the side of Washed Up as the Riptire from Junkrat used into the flank. Yasu is forced to use the Shadow Stalk. Bit of a split fight here. A lot of damage onto Hazuabs, who tries to dip dive dodge around, but he will go down. Bellowing Roar from Deathwing was utilized. We do have these Dahaka on top pushing up a huge wave. The mid lane fort does go down. And Dahaka, he's going to guarantee this keep. He actually doesn't even need to be here anymore. Deathwing will fall, and Greymane to be traded in the moment. Dahaka brush stalks into bottom lane. Stitch is looking for the wiggle, but that is not going to be enough of a wiggle, and that is max sadism on Alarak right now. Can we talk? I know I keep... Max sadism. Max... Why does it say 176? That is not... Blizzard, get it together, bud. Get it together, Blizzard. 190% sadism. Hans? God dang.
My altar awaits the gems. Bring them. Bring me their power.
God dang, that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of sadism. What's up, CP? How you doing? Fellow humans, hello. Why are we like this? People are gonna think I'm V-botting. Hello! What a great play, Bahamut! That was a funny joke. Alrighty, so with Boss and 20 talent tier, the top lane keep is down. This might be the push to end map number 2 in our first best of 3 of the day of Meta Madness. If I'm not mistaken, we've got 2 best of 3s and 1 best of 5. The best of 5 will be the winner of this matchup and the other best of 3 that is coming up right after this. Hello, fellow kids. Hello, other Twitch chatters. I too enjoy game Bahamut playing. I think I could do that in-game Bahamut playing. Boss is slapping the core right now. The shielding is going down, but it does not... Oh, wait, Hans goes in! Oh my god, goodbye to Junkrat. The Counter-Strike actually not activated, but the Bellowing Roar does build a window for the Alarak to still get the kill onto one of the enemies. The core shielding is down, the HP is falling. Hazuabs, you're getting a little too low, does go down to the Thrall, and this is Deathwing and the rest taking down the core on map number 2. GG, well played over to the side of Washed Up. They move into the best of 5 next matchup, or third matchup later on. Blah.
Dude, sucking at something? First step towards being sorta good at something.
Good stream, Baha. Sponsored comment. Remove this part.
Stark, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it, bud. Well done, streamer name. That was a very funny joke. Hello, I'm calling you about your car's extended warranty. Thank you. 190 sadism. And they never died once. But Greymane had higher stats, so obviously Greymane was better, right? It's all about stats, bro. Why am I like this?